I'm Nancy Barnes, executive editor of the Houston Chronicle. When we learned that Hurricane Harvey was coming our way, our newsroom and the entire company went into overdrive. Still, nothing could truly prepare us for the devastation of Harvey. It dumped more than 51 inches in some parts of the metro area, more than any storm in U.S. history. This led to massive flooding in multiple locations around Houston, in the city, in the suburbs, in the areas that house our chemical plants. One plant would ultimately fail and explode. At least 75 people in Texas, 50 in the Houston area, died.
I'm Nancy Sarnoff, a reporter with the Houston Chronicle. Harvey made landfall in the Corpus Christi area on Friday, August 25th. On Saturday, it moved into the Houston area. And for a lot of people, the next several days were a blur as the storm caused flooding like we've never seen, dropping an unprecedented amount of rain on our city. 51 inches of rain was recorded at Cedar Bayou in East Houston. It was also the name of the Houston Chronicle's first big story after the storm. It was an incredibly moving and at times upsetting article about what happened to several Houstonians during the days of the storm. I'm now seeing 51 inches being printed on t-shirts, a logo that represents the disastrous storm, but also hope and unity as so many people help their friends and neighbors through water rescues, shelter volunteering, and pulling out more drywall, wet carpet, and furniture than anyone can really imagine. As we've all been trying to assess the damage to the tens of thousands of homes that were severely flooded, some insured, many not, I've been hearing this one phrase over and over. It's just stuff. I've heard it from people who have flooded and from people who weren't, but are using it as a way to help comfort the people that were. I didn't think much about it until recently I was talking to a woman with 3 young kids who had to evacuate their West Houston home in the middle of the night when water was being released from one of the reservoirs. It was like a rushing river in their street. When they went back, their home was ruined. It's not just stuff, this woman told me. There's a lot she wants back. She wants the paintings her kids drew. She wants their favorite toys because the ones she's gotten from donations just aren't the same. The kids want to be in their rooms again. They keep asking, when can we go home? Sunday, everything changed. We turned on the TV and saw what had happened to the city and what was expected to come. Around 6 a.m., the Chronicle's managing editor, Vernon Loeb, sent an email to the staff. We are heading into a severe flooding emergency and everyone on the Chronicle staff is activated, he wrote.
Assess the roads in your community, begin reporting there, and await further instructions. File text, photos, and video. What was most inspiring to me about the Chronicle's response to Hurricane Harvey was how the entire staff came together. It was almost as though everyone realized this was a moment in which they could take back the journalism narrative. There's been all this talk lately about fake news, and the people on our staff, I think, over the course of this storm showed the power of real news and showed what a real news organization dedicated to accuracy, dedicated to fairness, dedicated to truth, dedicated to real news could do for a region. In a dire emergency, our web traffic went from 5 million to 22 million page views in a single day. That to me says people trust us to tell them what's going on. They believe that we provide them with real news. And I think the staff took back the narrative here and showed how much journalism matters, not only in Houston, but across the country.
It will be a long time before Houston recovers, but with the worst of the disaster behind us, we are digging into this story as only a local newspaper can. In addition to the daily coverage, we have a team of 8 editors and reporters assigned to tackle investigative story angles. We want to know, why were so many homes in the path of floodwater? Were people evacuated properly in advance of dam releases? Why is FEMA inadequately prepared to respond to these disasters? Why did a chemical plant explode? Some of our investigations last year leave us uniquely positioned to bring answers to our community. We actually spent a year investigating municipal utility districts, which allow developers to set up taxing districts and build wherever they want. We investigated the dangers of having chemical plants in our backyard. And our series, Swamped, explored why Houston floods so much. That lead work gives us the expertise to bring Houston the answers it deserves in a way that no one else can.